They ain't doubt the talent, they fear the outcome. They greased the stairs, told me climb anyway. To the crown of the room, then said on your place. Film scream MVP, but they mute the sound. Bury truth in the dirt, let the lies do round. Draft night felt like a courtroom rig. Evidence clear, but the verdict fixed. Handshake snakes with a smile so wide. Crossed out my name with a permanent line. They scared of a king who can't be controlled. So they sell fake fear like truth got sold. Trying to break my spine before I touch the throne. But pressure only turn cold as stones.
Watch this.
They know.
Facts.
Facts! Woo! Riot lip, they cut the brakes on purpose. Woo. Turn the lane to insurance. Woo. Fake stories, puppets and serpents. Woo. Buried alive, but the dirt was worthless. Who really pulled steer? Feel comfy, can't stop this. Still here, still here, still here. NFL politics, first team reps locked behind steel doors. They feed me crumbs, then ask why I want more. Death chart like a graveyard shit. They bury talent, promote relationships. Coach cold shoulder like I'm bad for the brand. But I read defenses like God's own plan. They want silence, obedience, smile and wait. But I throw truth deep, can't check down fake. Trolls bark loud from a Wi-Fi cage. Throw rocks at a lion, still in his cage. They pray I crack, they bet I fall. But I've been training the fight since before the call. Talk heavy, read that, cold blood. Facts! Even harder, they've been cutting the power. Every minute, every hour. Trying to kill a seed, a forward flower. But I grew teeth in the dirt. Divorce. Impossible. Impossible. They tried to drown me. Forgot I was the way. Tried to bury me. Forgot I was the grave. You can't sabotage destiny. I came back different, eyes like war, smile gone mercy, left at the door. They tried to erase me like chalk and rain, but legends get carved, they don't wash away. From backup plans to the main event, they try to stall time, God his sin. Every lie they told built my skin. Now I'm bulletproof where they aim within. They wanted obedience, I wanted truth. Now the whole damn league gotta watch me move. Turn sabotage into gasoline. Lit the match, now I haunt they dreams. Look now, built different. Facts. Riot live, they cut the brakes on purpose. Turn the lane to a circus. Fake stories, puppets and serpents. Bury alive, but the dirt was worthless. Who really pulled stands? Say them cutting up power. Say them cutting up power. Every minute, every hour, trying to kill the seed before it flowers. Like blue teeth in the dirt. Get bored. Get bored. I'm standing now. Facts. They try to sabotage the rise. But pressure don't destroy kings. It crowns them.
Sabotage coming soon. What going on? Merry Christmas Eve to y'all. I know y'all ain't never heard that before, but what going on? It's Money Man, you already know. I appreciate y'all for coming. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share, and tell your friend about that Money Man, you already know. We back on this thing, man. I'm telling you right now. Sabotage coming soon. Renewed Gospel. You need to go be subscribed right now. Follow me on TikTok, The Prime Effect, all of it scrolling at the bottom. And if you ain't on Twitch, you need to go get me on Twitch too. I'm telling you, man, we doing big things over here. Follow me on Twitter. Money Man at Money Man in Browntown Ops 21. I got two of them, and if you're feeling like in the Christmas spirit and you want to give a Money Man a gift, you know what he accept. Cash App strolling down there at the bottom. I only take Benjamins. That's all I'm asking for this year. I'm only asking for Benjamins this year. But it is what it is. Man, look here. Maybe it's the wrong guy that's trying to defend Kevin Stefanski, especially after the play we have been seeing from the offensive line. I don't know if, do you want to defend your coach after y'all as a unit, as an offensive line as a whole, have been horrible, like horrific. I'm using big words tonight. They have been to the point to where I done told y'all they the worst offensive line in the NFL. They ranked number 32. It's only 32 teams in the league.
To me, I think he's a good coach in the NFL. You know, I think he's a good football coach. We have not won, and he will tell you firsthand, like, winning matters in this league, and we haven't done that. But as a coach goes, I have the highest respect for him. What he's done here, and it's, you know, I know it is what for you done now, but like, we've been to 2 playoff games, we've had winning records, we've been competitive. Is it where we're at? You know, right now we don't want to be there. But I think if we get the right pieces and we keep improving, like, I think that's a guy you can build around. You know, 2-time coach of the year, like, he has respect of his peers. He's even killed. I think you saw it this last week. Like, the team is motivated to play. Like, we're trying to win games. I think he has respect for the locker room. I think it's just a guy you keep around and you build around, and you know, that would be my focus if I was, you know, in charge of that.
You played for coaches with similar records, so what makes him unique? Is it all the stuff you said?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's also a history. Like, some of the other coaches that I've played for they had 3 wins. They didn't have 11 wins. They didn't have playoff wins. They didn't have playoff appearances. They didn't have a 6-year sample size. You know, and we are not where we want to be. We expect to be higher. But if you want to go look back at the preseason rankings, I think everybody had us at 31 or 32, and that's not what we strive for or what we want. But you talk about expectations and reality and things of that nature, like, you know, I have the utmost respect for him, and I just think you keep allowing him to coach the Browns. I think you will be in a good place in the future.
The challenge of coaching a team that has 9 different quarterbacks in 2 years, does that say something about him?
Yeah, I mean, you saw him in 2023, right? We had 5 different quarterbacks start games, or 6, or however many it was. And then the last 2 years, it's been a rotation of quarterbacks. You know, and we're working. We have a couple young rookie quarterbacks that are playing and showing promise. But until that quarterback position is solved in the NFL, like, it is hard to win games. It is the most important position in sports, and you know, you're trying to build a defense that has shown that they can be elite, and you want to build around, you know, these great quarterbacks. But yes, it is difficult for a coach to have to navigate that.
Oh, big dog. Basically, you telling me you used to mediocre. That's basically what you telling me. You used to losing. You done got so comfortable with losing that you don't even know when it's time to give it up. So you want to keep Kevin because he's a good guy? He have respect of his peers? That don't sound nothing like football. Nothing. Nothing he said is about football. I don't care about the locker room. How you command the locker room when your voice is monotone? Ain't nowhere in the world your voice had resonate the same way it did 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago. Ain't nowhere in the world. Because you only won 6 games in 2 years. You might look up and win another one just because of Shedeur. Because I'm thinking he about to shock the Steelers just because how he played the last game. He been building off every game. But bro just said he done played for other coaches that won 3 games. So you ain't been on a winning team but 2 years in Cleveland, and that's the only winning you know. You worried about you so stuck in the past. What had you done for me lately? You so stuck in the past. That what a lot of people do when they get stuck. They want to look back what they did in the past. What happened in the past? They want to. Hey, he was good back then. You remember that he did this? No, bro, we were living right here. I told y'all. I'm telling y'all a story again. Now I know y'all like my story. W12 in the chat if you ready. I was in college playing college football. I had a teammate. For whatever reason, we were like sophomores, juniors in college. he kept saying, bruh, back in high school, I was this. Back in high school, I was that. I'm like, bruh, we not in high school no more. We in college right here, right now. What are you doing right now? Kevin Stefanski, what you doing right now? You was sabotaging, colluding, backstabbing, blackballing, Kaepernicking, burying Shedeur on the depth chart. And I told y'all, I gave the Browns one last chance. It was coming from above. Give them one chance and tell them to repent. Tell them to stop doing what they doing. Because I'm telling you right now, man, it ain't gonna get no better until you right your wrong. That's what y'all too. I ain't just talking about Kevin now. That's what y'all. Quit living in the past and focus on the now. Because you keep living in the past, you ain't focusing on the now, so you can't move forward in the future. They don't want to hear that. Make it make sense. Look here. If you keep focusing on your past, you can't live in the present to move forward in your future. I'm telling you right now, if he keep living in the past, he ain't the only one. He a player on the team, an offensive lineman. You keep living in the past what Kevin did, 2 Coaches of the Year awards, 2 playoff appearances. The only 2 winning seasons you done had. You keep living in the past that you ain't even realizing what's going on in the present. Then when you won't realize what's going on in the present, you can't move forward to your future because you still stuck in the past. Listen to what I'm saying now. This a life lesson. This just ain't Kevin Stefanski. This just ain't the Cleveland Browns. This you. This is you. Listen to what I'm saying. With that type mindset, that's a poverty mentality, a loser mentality mindset. And he got millions. And he got a poverty mindset? Come on now. It don't matter how much money you got if you ain't transformed by the renewing of your mind. It ain't gonna change. I can talk to you till you blue in your face. But until you realize it and you want to do it for yourself, it's the only time it's gonna change. I can tell you go left, you gonna go right. I can tell you to stop, you gonna speed up. I can tell you to turn around, you gonna keep going straight until you decide that you want to turn around, that you want to go left. If you want to stop doing that, it ain't gonna change. So Cleveland Browns, listen to me. Because what I got from that, just when the offensive lineman speaking, what I got from that was a mentality that the whole team got and the front office got and other players got. That you can't move forward because you so stuck on what y'all done did in the past that don't mean nothing. Because if it meant something, you would have won some then. What is good? What is the good of having Bill Belichick win 6 Super Bowls if he can't win now? That man done won 6 Super Bowls but can't win nothing now. It's irrelevant. The only thing he gonna get is his name in the Hall of Fame. And what they're doing for you right now? Nothing. Get my point? Appreciate you, Miss Captain. Oh my goodness. Merry Christmas. Hold on, wait a minute. Merry Christmas. You're the only one I got on here. That's why I'm playing.
Christmas, my Savior gave to me.
Now, if I can only get 102 more, just like McCarthy, the world will be a better place. I'm telling you right now. Whoo, man, Kathy, I hope you get blessed real big this Christmas. I'm just gonna let y'all know if I win the Powerball, I might be gone for a couple weeks. But if any one of y'all win the Powerball, don't forget about little old country boy money, man. You already know. I'm just letting you know right now. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Tell your friend about the money, man. You already know. But like I'm saying, what I see is that's a bigger problem. Because a millionaire, a dude that been playing in the league a while, telling me that he living in the past. I don't even live in the past, and I ain't even close to his bank account. Not saying that make a difference. The bank account don't make a difference. That ain't what I'm saying. I'm talking about the mentality. My mentality is totally different from somebody that has money. And I'm pretty sure y'all mentality probably different. Because when you got to get it out the mud, when you got to get it how you live, when you got to get it every day, and you can't take no days off. And you can't take no days off. Y'all ain't even realize it. Y'all ain't even realize what I've been doing. Some of y'all watch my video faithfully. I appreciate you. Thank you. You're a real true savage. I took a video I uploaded 4 days ago, re-uploaded it, changed the title and the thumbnail, and got more views. I'm just telling you. The work don't never stop. TikTok blowing up. Jamel, you gonna like this? Brown Town Opulence coming back with the stocks and the crypto. I'm starting in the new year because I'm digressing right now. But you get what I'm saying. If you don't, you gotta learn a little more. That's all I'm gonna say. Quit strolling on TikTok and social media. Go pick up a book sometime. Quit watching funny cat videos. Quit watching Joe Blow slap this dude and that dude and Mary Sue and Shanika over there fighting. Quit watching those videos and go learn something. I'm telling you right now. Because the world changing. The world changing. You need to learn something. What that video I was just on right here? G. Bush. Let me get it up.
What I'm saying is the narrative around Shedeur Sanders was he could not play in structure and he was a one-throw type guy, boomer busty, right? But guess what? He shows you on film. The next week he's able to come out here and throw the ball on time. The next week we talk about running backwards. The next week he shows he can step up in the pocket. Cosell talked about it. There's multiple. I'm not the only one to say it. Chase Daniels talks about it. Multiple quarterbacks talk about the progression. So my thing is, we can sit here and bring up a number that we looked up and said, hey, he's the worst quarterback of all time. But if you watching the game, nobody that plays the game of football, watch the game of football, or all the people that talk about it is not going to say that Shedeur Sanders is the worst quarterback they've ever seen.
Well, what's your favorite?
That what these trolls want to harp on. Looking at the stats. I told y'all them stats is foolery, man. The numbers don't lie, but the film don't neither. Like I told you, I think it was Dylan Gabriel, one of them games, and he had like something, and he was up for rookie of the week, and he had like 160 yards passing with 2 touchdowns. And I said, the numbers don't lie, but the film don't neither. Because I'm like, if you watch the game, you will see Dylan Gabriel was horrible. But if you look at the stats and didn't watch the game, you would think he was amazing. So amazing that he got put up for rookie of the week in one of the worst games he played just because he had 2 touchdowns. So the same thing with Shedeur. This is what they trying to do, man. They trying to categorize Shedeur based on the stats. They ain't looking at the film. The haters and the trolls don't watch the film. If you watch the film, they should, because they so emotionally invested. They so hooked and glazing, that's the new word the young folk use, glazing Shedeur so that much that they ought to look at the film. If he that trash, look at the film and tell me what you see was trash. You won't point out he threw an interception, but did he throw it right at the defender? Where that ball tipped? Did the offensive lineman block? How long did he block? You telling me a 5-step drop when he took 3. That means you tell me you don't know what you're looking at. Then on top of that, Shedeur come out and tell you. He came out and told you why he ain't throw that ball some places right here.
And I was telling him, like, during the game, like, I respect their defense. I respect kind of like their coaching and how it was, because if you understand, it was kind of like Tampa 2, that backer that might.
What y'all don't understand, Tampa 2, this what he talking about. He gonna about to explain it, but I don't break it down for the folk that really don't know. So cover 2 is you got 2 safeties, 2 high safeties at the top right here. One right here, one right there. If y'all can see it, I ain't got no somebody. Savage been 3 months ago when I asked him to find me something that I could draw on the video with. He ain't found nothing yet. It is what it is. I'll figure it out. Season almost over. But this is cover 2. Basically, the corner's supposed to have flat on both sides. But like he said, that's a Tampa 2 type defense. Then they got a middle hole backer that he about to explain right here.
Backer running wall.
Right here. Let me go back a little bit.
Tampa 2, that backer, that Mike Backer running, walling, taking.
That's number 8.
That middle, because we had a through route, a vertical route from the inside. Then we had a dagger coming. But then as soon as and I'm like, okay, cool. I got the dagger. But then he peeled off and then was waiting on that dagger. So by the time I went there, then it was just hard to get back down. I ran out of time. So that's just like in those situations.
But did you run out of time? And if y'all notice right here, if he had time, this is probably how the progression went. He looked at the vertical, read number 1. Dagger right here, read number 2. Phantom would have been the 3rd read, but he ain't had time to get to it because watch the end zone.
He peeled off and then was waiting on that dagger. So by the time I went there, then it was.
Watch right here. Y'all favorite offensive lineman, 6'8", Cam Robinson.
It was just hard to get back down. I ran out of time. So that's just like in those situations, it's like you got to.
He ran out of time.
Tip your cap to them. Like, that's the whole why.
This man getting mauled. Every defensive end that going to get in here mauling him like they about. You can't put it no if, and, or buts any way about it. This man is getting mauled like he getting bullied. Somebody need to call protective services. Can we get defects out here? Can we call the police? Somebody dial 911. Somebody go tell the president Trump to go save him. He need to be pardoned. Because right now, he in jail getting bent over. Save him from Diddy. No baby oil.
Situations, it's like you got to tip your cap to them. Like, that's the you got to tip your. In those situations, I ran out of time, so that's just like in those situations, it's like you got to tip your cap to them. Like, that's the whole why. Because if you playing like, that's the ideal coverage you want to dagger in. You know what I'm saying? But anything else, we would have got to the check down. We would have got to there quicker. But that's the why.
The check down would have been funny.
Of you didn't just take that quick completion because it was there, but that's good coaching. That's good coaching.
They said it was cover 6, cover 4 check, cover 2 man, cover 6. So, I mean, we don't know what they actually called it, but it do look like cover. You can call it whatever you want to call it, man. It's only, like I told you, it's only so many variations of a coverage and the defense that you can run. Same thing on the offense. But if this is a cover 6, that means they run a cover 4 up the top and cover 2 man down here at the bottom. So you basically got a combo coverage in one coverage. If that makes sense. Do that make sense? You have 2 coverages in one. So you call it cover 6 because it's cover 4 and cover 2. 6. 4 plus 2 equals 6. He came from the Houston Texans by way of Alabama. Don't look like he been at played Alabama. I bet he is. I bet mine in the league. Yeah, I bet he probably done demolished them. I bet Dalvin Tomlinson done demolished them. I'm telling you right now, man, that's crazy. It's another one. It's another one on here I wanted to look at. Where was it? Dang, I forgot. I had it up. This one right here.
See, so initially you see everyone up near the line of scrimmage. They're showing like it's man coverage across the board. You see Cole Bishop's kind of pointing out like, hey, I got this guy, like overly communicating that and letting people know about that. You see the linebackers mugging the A gaps.
This is what they had been, a lot of teams been doing this against Shedeur. And it ain't because of Shedeur. It ain't because of Shedeur. And I done told y'all that before. It ain't because of Shedeur. It's because of that offensive line don't know the protection call.
It looks like a pressure is coming. It looks like man coverage. Post snap, you're going to see them drop out into a cover 3 zone blitz. So they're dropping out Bosa. They're dropping out Rousseau. They're sending Cole Bishop. And they're basically playing 3 deep, 3 under here. But 2 of those 3 unders are defensive ends. So not traditional in any sense of the imagination. But they do such a good job on this play of covering down and staying in the play. So watch Greg Rousseau pop out and carry the switch release. These guys switch release. So he carries a switch release, does a good job of leveraging that route, even does a little man turn, making it look easy, keeping his long arms on Fannin. And it's forcing Sanders to check it down underneath. And Bosa stays home and slips and it eventually makes a tackle. But this was such a huge play on 3rd and long here by Bosa to keep him from getting that first down. It just great disguise. Good job holding the disguise early. And these DNs, one hell of a play here. Again, when we're talking coverage, but Bosa staying in that play and forcing 4th down and not allowing that check down underneath to convert that first down.
Yeah, it starts really from the beginning, like you said. Like, even look at Bishop. Like, he's just head up right on his man. His eyes are on 16. And then that snap happens, and he's like, psych, here I come. You highlighted Rousseau running with Fannin, who's a crazy athlete. And Bosa's tackle there, that's on Cedric Tillman, number 19. He's a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Granted, he's a bit of a bigger wide receiver, but it's not like he's covering some blocking tight end or like a tight end where he can, kind of
They picked up their blitz pretty well.
match some foot speed a bit. That's a legit
But I think they were early in the game too, though.
wide receiver, and Bosa slips. Now, Sanders doesn't put the ball really in front of Tillman, and
That wasn't bad blocking on that play. But as the game go on, y'all know what happened. It gets ugly. Saying that fan all good come over, yeah. That way they, when they get that timing down, like Shedeur be talking about, you wait in your email. Appreciate you. You need 10 minutes. Got that new 17 Pro Max. But yeah. Why was it? This one right here. So the Browns done signed the offensive lineman off the Bills practice squad. Now I don't know just because they put somebody on the IR, one of them linemen, or if he gonna replace. I don't think he's gonna have enough time to replace Cam Robinson, but hopefully he can. or hopefully he can play and just help out anywhere on the offensive line at this point. If he could play somewhere and they could move another offensive lineman to the left tackle and take Cam Robinson, if they could just take Cam Robinson out, period, that'd be greatly appreciated. I'm telling you right now, that would be immaculate. Immaculate. Then they got that mock draft. I ain't gonna talk about them though. But yeah, that'll be immaculate. Let me close on these. Let's see what Tom Maria had to say. I ain't even watched this.
Buffalo was, I think, first or second in the league in early down passing, like first, second down pass defense. They were first or second in the league, and they put a lot of emphasis on their pass defense. They play a lot of too high coverage. They keep things top down by design. So, you're going to have to pick your spots to get the ball down the field. And, you call plays that the intent is to go down the field, and they play a coverage like we talked about a week ago where they dictate where the ball goes. And I thought his decision-making in those moments was really good and what you want. We had the one at Q that got us down to the 4-yard line. I think it was a gain of 16 when you check it down. We had another one on 2nd and 8 that got us 9 and got us a first down. Like, those are plays that keep you on schedule. We've talked about that all year, getting out of 3rd and long. Those are plays that keep you on schedule and allow us to have success on 3rd down. So, and then there's times throughout the game, there might be a couple of reps here or there where, hey, they're giving us a coverage where we can't attack it. Now let's go attack it. So pleased with how he made his decisions, pleased with kind of the way they were defending and finding ways to continue to move the sticks that way.
There it is, positivity. But he ain't got too much room, to say nothing negative anyway. All these dudes, I think they job on the line, but who knows? Let me read what y'all don't mind. Exactly. Let's see what the negativity is.
He still doesn't know what he's looking at. He still doesn't flip protections. He doesn't know when he's hot. This isn't me saying this. I'm not an NFL. I've never claimed to be an NFL coach. This is people in that building will tell me he still doesn't know how to flip protections. He doesn't know when he's hot. He doesn't know what he's looking at. He can only throw to wide open receivers. He doesn't make tight window throws. He doesn't throw guys open. This is not the answer. These last 2 weeks were the opportunity coming off the Titans game to show that he can be the guy against playoff contenders, and he has not lived up to it. This is not it. He still doesn't know what he's looking at.
Do you know what you're looking at? What? Bruh, in that Bears game, if Fannin and Isaiah Bond catch the ball because he put it right on their hands in a tight window, that's a totally different game. If Jerry Jeudy catch the ball that he put in a tight window that hit him in the chest, that's a different game. What is you talking about? Wipe your glasses off and go look at the film again. How he don't know what he's looking at in the post-game conference? He told you what the defense was running. And he told you his process of what he was looking at. But he don't understand what he's looking at. He don't understand how to read the defense. Then you telling me he don't know how to flip the protection. The offensive line don't know how to flip the protection. If he do call the right call, Cam Robinson don't know it. Joel don't know it because he's so worried about Kevin Stefanski getting fired. Tell me what Shedeur need to do. What my title is? Career on the line. This isn't about one game. This is about survival. Because I'm telling you right now, like Mick Robinson said, who in the building telling you that? Who? If anything, they ought to be saying this our franchise quarterback. He said, I'm not an NFL coach. So who you would have heard from? Come on now.
He still doesn't know what he's looking at. He still doesn't flip protections. He doesn't know when he's hot. This isn't me saying this. I'm not an NFL. I've never claimed to be an NFL coach. This is people in that building will tell me He still doesn't know how to flip protections. He doesn't know when he's hot. He doesn't know what he's looking at. He can only throw to wide open receivers. He doesn't make tight window throws. He doesn't throw guys open. This is not the answer. These last 2 weeks were the opportunity coming off the Titans game to show that he can be the guy against playoff contenders, and he has not lived up to it. This is not it. He still doesn't know what
He don't even watch the game. If he did, he would have seen Shedeur came back and almost won that Tennessee game by himself because the defense couldn't stop nothing. Same thing in his Bills game. Defense couldn't stop nothing. Shedeur drove the ball down the field the first drive and scored. Then had a second drive. Then got the ball back, put it in field goal range, and the kicker didn't even get the chance to kick it. Special teams had a punt blocked. Multiple. Giving up 30, 40-yard kickoff return runs, punt return runs. That's your fault. Who in that bill? Do y'all notice this? When a hater want to hate, they always say somebody in the building telling me. Who is the somebody? Because that's somebody done told you, Joe, Tony G, Mary Kay. They done told everybody. But they ain't named no name. Everybody done said that hate on Shedeur. The people in that building who put a name on it. If they like their job so much, they wouldn't even be telling you nothing. Because if everybody's saying somebody in the building told me, who the person in the building that's telling you? I bet he did eat them up. No, did it? I just seen that clip. And I like, that is ridiculous. I can't believe it came out this dude's mouth. They don't fact check nothing. Y'all telling me to fact check. Y'all fact check them. Can you believe everything everybody else say? But when little old me is a problem. That ain't true. Man, you need to fact check. You need to fact check. I don't need to fact check nothing. You either gonna believe it or you ain't. Where I was at. Not that one. I gotta close some of these so I know where I'm at. Here it is.
I just look at it drive by drive. You know what I'm saying? You came out, opening drive, touchdown. I think, again, he showed that I can be a starting quarterback in this league. You ain't lead a game like saying, bro, we need a quarterback. I give him a B, man. Solid performance, man. Keep doing your shit, Shedeur.
I give him an A.
Two picks?
It wasn't on him to hit the receiver's hands. The more experience he has, he'll learn the defenders. He hasn't had enough snaps yet. Coach trying to sabotage you from the beginning. You're a fifth-round pick. They don't believe in you. Throw you out there with no practice time. Give you the wrong wristband 1 week. All of these things I take into account. Being able to lock in and going out and doing a hell of a job with everything has been stacked up against him. Whether it's going to be in Cleveland or not, proven that he can be a number one in this league.
I really like what I saw yesterday. You saw progress. You saw command. I think Cleveland's coming out of this saying, we got our guy. We can build around him going forward, but maybe we got to get rid of Stefanski. You need someone that can develop a quarterback, and Stefanski's not that guy.
I just look at it drive by drive.
This man literally ain't got no time playing with the worst offensive line and the worst receiving corps in the NFL. The worst offensive line and the worst receiving corps in the NFL. Where is that? Right here. There it is, right here. Look at this. This media ridiculous. They don't do nothing but hate. Who named it at the bottom? Here it is right here. Let me zoom in. Let me look right above me. Who named down there? That's the number one receiver, the worst efficient receiver in the league. I'm telling you. Who you gonna throw it to? Don't nobody get open. Don't nobody get. I told y'all T. Higgins up here better than Jerry Jeudy. I told y'all if he go to the Bengals, Jeudy is the third receiver on any other team. And y'all thought I was lying. Y'all did. Y'all thought I was lying. I know it. You got C. Dyke. Who is that? He is better than Jerry Jeudy. Come on now. Got to be more careful. Then that's what I want to talk about next. That's what I want to talk about. So you can be telling you stuff too. What that other one that did right here? It was a video with it too. Here it is right here. That's the video I want to look at. Well, right here, 2 rookie quarterbacks face top 3 pass defense in week 16. Here's how they fared. Shedeur Sanders versus the Bills, number 2. 20 out of 29, 68.9%, 157 passing yard, 49 rushing yard, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 64.9 rated. Jackson Dart versus Vikings, number 3, 7 out of 13, 53.8%, 33 passing yards, 7 rushing yards, 1 interception, 27.4 rate. And you ain't heard nothing about Jackson Dart like that. You ain't heard him all over the internet bashing him, beside from Shedeur folk. You ain't seen him like that. You ain't seen him like that.
For earlier in the season, because I was just so tired of watching Dylan Gabriel suck every perfect every week. No, he's a rookie quarterback. Did I see flashes and some throws from Jackson Dart throughout games where I was like, damn, that's an NFL throw? That's what got me excited about Dart, and that's what I wanted to see from Shedeur, and I've seen it. You know, Jackson Dart went out today and had 33 yards.
Passing?
Today. Passing. Total.
I did not know that.
Yes, 33. That's it. But you know what? He's a rookie quarterback. That stuff's going to happen. But the Giants have seen enough. I've seen enough from him to say, oh, yeah, he's your quarterback moving forward, until he's not. I think Shedeur has shown us the ability to do that. He's got that swagger. Like he's got what you're looking for from a quarterback, that I think it's worth. And like you said, unless something falls in your lap and it's just too perfect to pass up, I think it's worth moving forward with.
My dream scenario would be we keep Shedeur next year, add some wide receivers, and then somehow I don't want to have to take a quarterback in 27 because I want to somehow get Jeremiah Smith. Now we'll have to suck real bad again. But man, I'd love to put Carnell Tate on the team this year and somehow manage to put Jeremiah Smith on the team again the year after that.
What I was, crying for earlier in the season.
Hey man, look here. They gonna be always compared. But I told y'all, man, Jackson Dart got to have a better career than Shedeur.
Third down and 6. Dart under pressure. Finding down. Giants get the snap away. Dart on 4th down. Wrapped up and take the take. He even do that. Here's Dart. Penalty marker. 3rd down and 7. Dart stays on his feet.
He runs for his life too.
One time in this first half. And Dart will run out of bounds. Seen Van Ginkel make some crazy athletic interceptions throughout his career. As Dart is spun around, stayed, fake to Singletary. Dart wrapped up.
Wow.
Giants. Here's Dart on 3rd down. Hit. Down he goes for the flip. There's Dart on 4th down. Looking. Van Ginkel.
Wow.
Throws him down. 3rd down and 6. Dart under pressure. Finding down. Giants get the snap away. Dart on 4th down. Wrapped up. And take the take. He even do that.
Hey, I think bro was watching Jackson Dart film. Can't read the defense. Don't know when he hot. Don't know what he looking at. Can't slide the protection. Can't flip the protection. That's what that look like. Because they doing the same thing they were doing to Shedeur, walking folk up on the line, confusing the offensive lineman. They say it's the quarterback, but come on, bro. Him making a protection call ain't gonna change that lineman blocking that dude in front of him or not. That ain't about to change nothing. But Jackson Dart was running for his life. But say the same thing about him. If you gonna say that about Shedeur, and Shedeur was getting the ball out, actually reading the defense, no, say that. Because if the stats would have been flipped, the internet would have been on fire. The internet would have been on fire. They ain't gonna say nothing about Josh Allen running backwards. He an MVP. They not gonna say nothing about Josh Allen. He's an MVP. MVPs run backwards. You made a big deal about Shedeur running backward, trying to create a play to make a spark for a losing team and taking a sack. And he ain't did it in the last 2-3 weeks. He ain't did it. Now you want to bring us something else. Boy, I tell you, boy. Guess you just got to pick your battle this time. Look at this. What actually is a Kevin Stefanski quarterback? He's had tall, short, slow, mobile, big arms, super processors, gamers, dinky dunkers, risk takers. Just trying to figure out what he's missing or hasn't had. This man had every quarterback. How many of them been through 14, 13, 14 quarterbacks? And he ain't found one yet. At this point, trade Shedeur, trade Deshaun Watson. Y'all go sign Kirk Cousins, your bridge quarterback. While whoever you draft this year, be the backup to learn from Kirk, and then go ahead. Go on about your business, Browns. Go on about your business. I'm getting tired of talking about them.
Interesting is if you
ain't no positivity in this organization, none.
You asked me to rank the Dillon Gabriel games by how I thought he played. In real time, I couldn't have done it. Like going into the Jets game, I could not have ranked how I thought he played, other than I thought people were wrong. I think people missed how bad he was against the Dolphins, but I digress. I think what's interesting is I think you can say definitively Titans game, Raiders game, Niners game, Bears game.
Yeah.
And again, like that does speak to some of the boom or bust with Shedeur. I think it also speaks to, I think there's a variance that makes you believe, like Dillon was like a flat line for me. Like I couldn't tell where he was developing. Every bad game, good game. I couldn't tell the difference between one game to another. With Shedeur, bad game or good game, I can say, well, he got better here, but then this happened.
Every game for Dillon was the same.
Yeah.
It was having the same chocolate milkshake over and over and over again, and it was not going to ever have anything better than just what you just tasted, and that was it. Whereas with Shedeur, you have the highs.
I think what's really interesting is if you ask me to rank.
Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something they ain't going to tell you. Every game from Dillon Gabriel was the same. Just like they said. We seen Dillon Gabriel with 6 games. Coming up, this about to be Shedeur's 6th game. But let me tell you something else. If they will have a valid argument, if Shedeur had started getting first team reps in training camp and was the starter since week 1. And if Shedeur was the starter week 1, all the way up to 2 games left in the NFL season, and you telling me he ain't getting no better and he still got to work on this and work on that, then we got a problem. But going into his 6th game, having not gotten no first team reps until live action. No inkling of we gonna put him in, even with Dillon Gabriel starting, and he was a quarterback too. We ain't gonna give him no reps, no prep, no nothing. If it went for that, and Shedeur had played since week 1 and he got worse or didn't change, then you could have an argument. But with him just now playing and having with the 4th string, not second, the 4th string quarterback doing training camp. Some would maybe say the 6th if you want to count Tyler Huntley and Deshaun Watson, even though Deshaun Watson went out there, but he was still on the roster. You can't definitively tell me that Shedeur hasn't gotten better over these last 5 games. Out of all these 5 games, point out to me one game that looked like Dylan Gabriel. Even throwing 2 interceptions. Even the Bears game. That was his worst game. I don't even think he played bad versus the Bills because they only lost by 3 points. Now, the defense can stop somebody like the championship defense they keep telling me they is or was, and all they needed was an offense. If that was the case, they should have beat the Bills. Hell, they should have beat the Titans. They should have beat the Jets. What I'm saying is, quit trying to evaluate Shedeur like he Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, Bryce Young, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, CJ Stroud. Quit trying to evaluate Shedeur like he got drafted in the 1st round. When you keep telling me that he a 5th rounder, and you keep telling me he didn't deserve to be drafted in the 1st round. You kept telling me, you kept beating it in my head, you kept using it as the narrative, you kept using it to make your point. But all of a sudden, he showed flashes. In 3 games, Shedeur threw for 364 yards. Half of these rookie quarterbacks ain't even threw over 250. And they've been playing all year. Even before Shedeur, and got plenty of 1st-team reps. And then he come out there and throw for 364 yards in his 3rd game, 2.5 to be exact. Because NFL gonna count that Ravens game as a whole game, but it's a half. And then y'all criticized him after a half of football that he got thrust into with no 1st-team reps. Then the man in the press conference keep preaching about timing. It's going to take time. I got to get timing with the receiver. The man keep preaching it. He need an offensive line and a receiver 1. Better yet, just get a whole nother receiving core. The only one that the best receiver is Fannin. And if Njoku wouldn't have been hurt, he probably be number 2. But what I'm saying is, quit y'all narrative and y'all hate and the excuses you trying to make to validate your hate is old now. It's old. It's getting to the point of where you getting repetitive because you running out of things to say because you can't say too much. Because everything you done said, narrative, lies, he done debunked all of them. Now you just making up stuff and hoping somebody believe it. And it, like somebody once said, you say it so much, if you say it so many times, somebody will believe it, or yourself will end up believing it. Man, they got to stop, bro. I know there's other YouTube channels that support Shedeur. I know it. But if they gonna give it to you real like I give it to you, I don't know. But I give it to you real on my channel. And the more real I get, the more less views I get. But I'm gonna keep keeping it real because that's just me. But what I'm saying is, it's only so much I can do. Because I'm one person. Y'all gotta push it out. Y'all gotta get it out there. I ain't even listening to Mary Kay because she been lying. I told y'all she was lying from the jump. Tony G done flip because he ain't getting paid no more. So he telling the truth now. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and listen to him. What I'm telling y'all right now. What I about to say. Dang, I just forgot. That comment threw me off. I think he might win the game. Let me take that back. It ain't if Shedeur gonna win the game. It's if the defense gonna show up. If the defense show up, Shedeur gonna lead the offense. If the defense spot the other team 14 points or can't stop the run or can't stop anything, if they let Aaron Rodgers come out there and throw like he MVP Aaron Rodgers and carve their defenses up, they gonna lose. It start with the defense. It don't start with Shedeur. It start with the defense, man. And a lot of people don't see that neither. You gonna put a rookie quarterback 14 points down and tell him bring us back. Bring us back and win this game. Then when he get close but don't win the game, oh, Shedeur was horrible. Not even looking at the defense, not even looking at the special teams, not even looking at the coach's decision. 2 of them games, back-to-back weeks, Kevin Stefanski lost. 49ers and the Titans. Them 2 coaches' games, he lost. Then you got out-coached by the Bears. You got out-coached. You ain't even show up. The team didn't show up, and you didn't show up. Then you playing against a playoff team, an MVP quarterback, and your rookie quarterback going toe-to-toe with him. And almost won y'all the game. Think about it. If they kick that field goal right before halftime, not saying that the game going to go like it did, but let's just say what if. Ain't no shoulda, coulda, woulda, but what if? The score would have been 23-23, tied going in overtime. Who knows what could have happened? Who knows? But we'll never know. But it can't be one winner on the team and everybody else satisfied because they mediocre and got a poverty mentality and used to losing. There can't be one player on the team that want to win. And your rookie quarterback that started at the 4th string can't want to win more than the superstars on the team. He can't want to win more than the coach. You're not going to win if it's one person want to win. I don't care what the offensive lineman said. I don't care what they say up there in the press conference. Your actions speak louder than words. You missing the blocking assignment. You not getting open on the route. You dropping the touchdown pass. You missing the tackle. You not stopping the run. You not covering that receiver. You blowing the coverage. That is not winning football. So don't tell me y'all want to win and what I'm seeing on film ain't what y'all not saying that. It's only one player on that team, on that field that want to win. And I see it every Sunday because he's showing it on the field, making mistakes and learning from the mistakes and gaining the experience. He said it out of his own mouth. He the only one that ain't been lying. He the only one from the beginning that ain't been lying. And he the only one been blackballed. Kaepernick, buck break, buried on the depth chart, sabotage. He the only one, but everybody else still got a losing mentality. If that was anybody else coming into the NFL, their rookie season, they would have been broke by now. They would have been gave up and said, F this. Tell me Cam Ward could have been in the same situation. Mentality ain't the same. You can't, it's to take a special person to go through what you're going through and still be positive and still come out on top. That's like you going to work and your coworkers dogging you every day. The boss come up to you, put you in the worst situation possible at your job every day. But then because God know you blessed and God blessing you. He elevates you to the point to where they need you. Now that same person, that same boss, that same manager trying to be nice because you got to save their job. You is the one they count on. You is the light. You is the savior. You is the franchise quarterback. Think about that now. Did the same situation. I don't know if Cleveland dropped the quarterback or not. Your co-worker, I bet. I don't know what Cleveland doing. Let's see what Tony G got to say now. If he ain't saying that good, I'm cutting it off.
So I don't think we're missing much. Tony, let's start here. Another Shedeur game. A bit different of a game than we've seen from him. Tony, it's almost like what he tells you guys in the middle of the week is kind of a precursor to what happens. He said, hey, I want to focus on getting my completion percentage up. It was the first game that we really didn't see him take many chances down the field and kind of take what was given to him in front of him by the defense.
Yeah, I thought that must have been the theme of the week with the coaches, to improve the completion percentage, extend drives. And I don't know why you can't do both, improve the completion percentage and still take your chances, your shot plays, but they did not do that. But overall, they were like 8 of 14 on third downs. Now, 3 of them were converted with runs by Shedeur. So that's an element of his game I thought that we saw more of too. But overall, I thought those were 2 areas he improved in. Converting third downs and also completing more passes. And in the end, what was odd was both of his interceptions were like a checkdowns, which, instead of going downfield, he got tipped and deflected. And so he's still, a lot more to improve on, but I think he made a little bit of a stride with those other factors.
Do you think he would?
I'm going to tell you right now, Tony G tone is totally different. It's totally different. And what happened to the Wildcat? That 2-point conversion, they said no. We ain't running it no more. You put the Wildcat in with Shedeur, but Dylan Gabriel, you let him throw the ball 50 times.
He was overthinking it because obviously they emphasized to him, hey, extend drives, more completions. Do you think that they maybe overcoached him in that situation? Because it totally – and look, I haven't looked at the film. Like, you got to look at what was available downfield to know. We don't really know that right now. But, like, it can't be just one or the other, right? It's got to be a mix of both.
Yeah. And, it works when you're, their first drive, they went right down the field. Mm-hmm. He was in a rhythm that we really haven't seen before. They never faced the third down, I don't think, on that first drive. But once they fell behind, that kind of called game is ineffective, right? You got to take more shots when you're behind. And they didn't, and they suffered because of it. They chipped away, got within 3, obviously, but it just wasn't enough.
How would you overall grade his performance?
Yeah, you got to take more shots when you're behind. But guess what, Tony G? If you know that, guess what? The defense knows that too. The opposite team know that you need to take shots down the field. If they was already, Tommy reset it. We just watched it. If they was already playing a cover 2 type defense or deep coverage that take away the deep ball, you can't go deep. You're going to force a ball and force an interception. Then a turnover, and then you're blaming them for that. So Shedeur was doing what y'all told him to do. They take what they give you. Then when you do it, now that's a problem.
Yesterday, it's so interesting, Tony. Every game that he started, they're all different. Like you said, he's a rookie. He's seeing everything for the first time. I don't know if anybody but it was very different from all of his other games in senses of good and bad.
Yeah, I think much like the Chicago game, which was a more lopsided score, but Shedeur played tough to the end. I thought he did that again against Buffalo, and made it more of a game. But we're waiting, I guess, for that signature win, the comeback win. when you're down, lead the team downfield. They had 2 opportunities to do that, and they both kind of evaporated in sacks. So it's still not a complete game, but I thought he improved in some parts of his game.
Yeah. So Tony,
I'll tell you right now, if Shedeur don't get stepped on by his own teammate or whatever happened with his finger, they score a touchdown that drive. Dylan Gabriel get in there, they don't score, they kick a field goal. If Shedeur don't get hurt and gotta come out, I think they score a touchdown. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, but I think so.
the other, and there's a lot to go over from this game, and we have tomorrow to kind of talk about Quinton Judkins and all this kind of stuff. The other, I think, long-term development that happened Sunday was the Browns moved up in the draft order to number 3 in the draft. The 2 teams in front of them play on Sunday, so the Browns have the opportunity if they keep losing to move up to a top 2 spot in the draft. So the debate's becoming even more prevalent. Do you build around Shedeur Sanders in 2026, or do you use, if you have a top 2 pick on a quarterback? Where are you at right now with that, with the development?
Before Tony G answer that, Andrew Bear, if you listening, do the same thing that y'all did this past draft. Because I'm telling you right now, I made the live. The race for the number 1 pick. Y'all thought I was lying then. I told y'all it's a race for the number 1 pick. Kevin had to throw that 49ers game. Shedeur couldn't win. You lost the Titans game, and you had to throw the 49ers game. Because you lost the Titans game. Had to. Because it's a race for the number 1 pick. Now, Andrew Berry, if you listen, if you get the number 2 overall pick, if you even get the number 1 overall pick, if you decide to draft a quarterback, please trade Shedeur. But if you decide to build around Shedeur, which maybe I wouldn't be mad if you traded him, and I won't be mad if you keep him and build around him. That would actually be great if you did build around him. Trade that pick back like you did this past draft. You can still get Tate or whatever receiver you want, but get a first-round pick for next year. So like Buddy was saying, you can probably get Jeremiah Smith or whatever other top receiver, because we don't know if Jeremiah Smith going to come out. Possibility. But trade back and get you another first-round pick. You still can get the player you want, like you supposedly did this past draft, and you still going to have the Jacksonville pick. Plus, you get another first-round pick for next year, and you keep building like that. Just my opinion.
Of the pick and what you saw from Shedeur in another start.
Well, my opinion is if you end up at number 2 and Dante Moore and Fernando Mendoza come out, you're going to get one of them, right? Without even having to trade up. So, yeah, I would take whoever's available at 2 among those 2 guys. But I also am of the opinion that Shedeur's not a backup quarterback. He's either your starter or it becomes not a distraction. It's not his fault, but just that whole aura of him interferes with the full commitment to your starter.
Mm-hmm.
So if they decide they're going to draft a quarterback and make that commitment to that person, I'd be totally in favor of trying to trade Shedeur and just settling in as Dylan Gabriel as your backup and develop it, go from there. Think about it. If they
Did he say that? Did he say he want them to build around Shedeur? But he would be in favor for trading Shedeur because he's not a backup quarterback? Did Tony G fix his lips to say something? I told y'all they didn't quit paying that man. They didn't quit paying Tony G to talk about Dylan Gabriel. He just said, F it. I'm telling the truth. I don't care. I don't care what they saying. I'm telling the truth. That man, what it is type, he had an epiphany. He ain't never said that before. If he did, it just been recent because he done said Shedeur ain't a starter. He done said Dylan Gabriel better than Shedeur. He done said all that. Now all of a sudden, Shedeur ain't a backup. Shedeur a starter. I would be in favor for trading him. But yeah, I had made a video about that. Love. When I said Dante Moore couldn't even beat out Dylan Gabriel. Dante Moore was on that Oregon team while Dylan Gabriel was a starter. And Dante Moore couldn't beat him out. Because now you told me, like I said in the video, I'm going to say it real quick right here. If you telling me Arch Manning was on Texas and couldn't beat out Quinn Ewers, and Quinn Ewers went in the 7th round of the past draft, 7th round, Quinn Ewers, the starting quarterback for the Texas Longhorns that played in the college football playoffs last year, and you telling me this year that Arch Manning is what we thought he was because he was bad and couldn't. This is the reason why he couldn't beat out Quinn Ewers. So it apply to Arch Manning, but all of a sudden, Oregon lost one game in the regular season. Dylan Gabriel ain't lose none until he got to the college football playoffs. Dante Moore done lost the game. Ain't even close to having the stats, not even Shedeur stats, not even close to having the same stats Dylan Gabriel had last year. And you telling me Dylan Gabriel went 3rd round and this guy gonna go number 2 overall to the Browns? What rules are we making up here? Are we just moving the goalpost for Dylan Gabriel too? Did I say it? Yes, I did. Are we moving the goalpost for Dylan Gabriel too? Because that's what you're telling me. A quarterback that last year could not beat out Dylan Gabriel, who's got drafted in the 3rd round ahead of Shedeur. And you telling me that he's going to go 2 overall as the 2nd best quarterback? Fernando Mendoza ain't even got better stats than Dylan Gabriel. Ain't even close to Shedeur. And they gonna go 1 and 2. This NFL collusion is ridiculous. What are we looking at?
He hadn't drafted Shedeur in the 5th round, which was a surprise to everybody. This decision would be a lot easier, right?
Yeah.
Because you first of all, you would have went through this year with either Flacco or Pickett and Gabriel, and then you need a quarterback. Shedeur's just done enough, I think, to get in your mind saying, well, what if we give him more time and all that? It just complicates the whole decision, and also when you take into account my opinion that he's not the best backup quarterback, so they're kind of. It's going to be a tough call. I think it is.
Do you so you think the call is basically between? Do we take? It's not like the call is all right. Let's take a quarterback and keep also Shedeur and let the best man win type thing. Like you got to commit to one road, right? And it's a fork in the road.
Oh yeah. If you take a quarterback at 2, everyone's got to commit to him because. You think that much of him that he's your guy, and by doing that, you're left with Shedeur and Gabriel, and what do they do? Battle it out for backup. I just don't think that's a great situation to have. So that's something they have to sort out. Not only what they do with the number 2 pick, but what do they do with Shedeur if they use it on a quarterback?
Where do you think things are actually okay?
I'll tell you what, Cleveland. Trade Shedeur. Go draft your quarterback, and we'll chuck them deuces up. That's all we need. Trade Shedeur to the Colts. Draft your quarterback. Let's see who pan out 2 years down the road, 2-3 years down the road. Let's see who pan it out. I'm done with this back and forth, bro. If you not sold on Shedeur as your starter going in next season, what are we doing? If you considering even the thought process of considering drafting one of these two quarterbacks, trade Shedeur. Because like Tony G said, I can't believe I'm saying it. He's right. Shedeur is not a backup. You create the same situation that you created this past season if you draft a quarterback with the number 2 overall pick or whatever top pick you about to have. If you draft a quarterback with that pick, you create the same scenario for as a quarterback competition, which really wouldn't be a quarterback competition because this one wasn't. But you investing a first round top 2 pick into a quarterback and he gonna be a backup? No. I told y'all this past summer. I said, usually when a team draft a quarterback that high, they get rid of everybody that was quarterback before him. It ain't no competition. He's the guy. He gonna get every rep, every first team thing, everything. He's starting the season. So you better not draft a quarterback and have Shedeur still on this roster. Because I'm telling you, it ain't going to look pretty for you. It already didn't look pretty this year. If you do that, year 2 going to be the same, not pretty. I'm just saying. I see how it works, and I know how it works. And Watson. They're going to have to they could trade Shedeur easier than they could trade Watson because of Watson contract and Shedeur contract. But it's just what the Browns gonna be offering or want back in return for Shedeur. That's the biggest question. Now they could be asking something ridiculous. Like I heard somebody talking about they asked for a first rounder. Ain't no way. If they ask for a first rounder, that means Shedeur is untouchable. If you asking for a first round pick for Shedeur Sanders, that means you believe he is the franchise quarterback and we ain't taking nothing less than a first rounder for Shedeur. If y'all can believe that malarkey if you want to. I'm using big words tonight. If the Colts, Mitt Robinson, if he come to Atlanta, this city gonna be on fire. Prime time junior in the ATL. I don't think the Falcons would trade Michael Penix to the Browns. I don't think. They'll have to trade Michael Penix to the Browns to get Shedeur. Maybe not. But I will see quarterback swap. But Penix hurt. But man, if Atlanta with Arthur Blank would have waited one more year to get Shedeur, man, look here. You talking about a city? Them games would have been sold out soon as you drafted them. Well, Arthur Blank be making questionable decisions over here. Arizona ain't getting them now. Arizona stuck with Kyler Murray. I won't do it. I'm gonna leave it right there. I've been on long enough. Look, I'm buying season tickets. It's 12 come to Atlanta. I'm buying season tickets. I'm telling you. I heard somebody say should the Browns trade for Tua. Hey, send Shedeur to Miami. I'll ride down there. I like them colors too. I like them dolphin colors. Green, my favorite color. If you can't tell. They weren't paying attention to Cleveland until they drafted Shedeur. I sure what? And my cousin played for him. I wasn't paying attention to him. Man, Arch Manning ain't coming out the next year. Unless you're going to use Shedeur only year as a starter, as a bridge to get Arch Manning. Because I'm telling you, I'm about to start talking about Arch Manning. I'm telling you. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to say it right here on live so y'all can document it. Somebody write this down. Arch Manning about to set the NCAA on fire next year. He got it in his blood, just like Shedeur. You ain't gonna tell me this boy ain't gonna learn. Hasn't learned. He has learned. And as long as he is humble enough and not big-headed, and just because of his last name, and he keep working hard, that boy gonna be dangerous. He's gonna be dangerous. I'm just being honest. I'm saying, like, people don't like him. I like Arch, man. I like Peyton and I like Eli. I like Arch. I like his game. He got a bigger, better tool set than their uncles. Cause he got his speed. Nah, I ain't looking at no schedule next year. I ain't even worried about next year. I'm trying to finish these last 2 games. I'm trying to see what's gonna happen with Shedeur. I ain't worried about who they playing. Trying to finish these last 2 games. Type. Hey, focus on who they playing next year. But yo, they're gonna do it for me tonight. I will be live tomorrow. We're gonna do a Christmas live. So, like I said, if y'all want to give me y'all presents now, y'all want to give me my present now, Cash App down there, scrolling at the bottom, Savage AF 21 on Cash App. If you don't feel like giving it on Cash App, I will accept it as a check. I know some of y'all retired folk, still write checks. I will accept that. Yeah, I give you a P.O. box if you want to mail it. And if you feel just like giving it all, then I will accept super chat right here on YouTube. But I'm just gonna let you know I won't get that until the end of the month on the 21st of next month. So January 26th, 21st January in 2026, that's when I receive your money. But if you feel like donating at this present moment, Cash App is scrolling at the bottom. It is always open, so you can donate at any time, any day, in an hour. It never sleeps. It's always open. So if you feel generous, you feel it in the Christmas spirit. If you feel like Santa Claus and the Lord about to bless you, give the money, man. You are right. I appreciate y'all.
Oh, 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 I'm thankful, so thankful, thankful for the life you gave. I'm thankful, know that I'm thankful, so thankful, so thankful. Thankful for another day. Thankful for your mercy. Thankful for your grace. Thankful for my family. Thankful for this place. Thankful for my friends who hold me when I'm weak. Thankful for your goodness that follows me each week. I'm thankful, so thankful, so thankful, so thankful, so thankful, thankful for the life you gave. you for your love.
Thank you for my food.
Thank you from above.
Thank you from above.
I'm thankful.
I'm thankful.
So thankful.
So thankful.
So thankful. Thank you for your mercy.
Thank you for your grace.
Thank you for my family.
Thank you for this place.
Thank you for this place.
Thank you for this place.
Thank you for my friends.
For my friends.
Who hold me when I'm weak.
For your goodness.
Thank you for your goodness.
For this goodness.
That follows me each week. I'm thankful.
I'm thankful.
So thankful.
So thankful.
So thankful.
Thankful for the love that you gave.
I'm thankful.
So thankful.
So thankful.
So thankful.
So thankful.
Thankful for the love you gave.
Yeah.
I'm thankful.
So thankful.
So thankful.
Thankful.
Thankful for another day.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you for your love.
Thank you for your love.
Thank you for my family.
Thank you from above.
Thank you from above. Oh, I'm thankful.
I'm thankful.
So thankful.
So thankful.
So thankful.
Thankful for.
Thankful for the light another day.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
I'm thankful. So thankful. Thankful for the life you gave. I'm thankful.
Know that I'm thankful.
So thankful.
So thankful.
Thankful for another day.
Thankful for your mercy. Thankful for your grace. Thankful for my family. Thankful for this place. Thankful for my friends who hold me when I'm weak. Thankful for your goodness that follows me each week. I'm thankful.
I'm thankful.
So thankful.
So thankful.
So thankful.
Thankful for the life you gave.
I'm thankful.
I'm thankful.
So thankful.
So thankful.
So thankful.
Thankful for another day.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you for your love.
Thank you for your love.
Thank you for my food.
Thank you from above.
Thank you from above.
I'm thankful.
I'm thankful.
So thankful.
So thankful.
So thankful.
Thankful.
Thank you for your mercy.
Thank you for your grace.
Thank you for my family.
For this place.
Thank you for this place.
For this place.
Thank you for my friends
For my friends.
who hold me when I'm weak.
For your goodness.
Thank you for your goodness
For this goodness.
that follows me each week. I'm thankful.
I'm thankful.
So thankful.
So thankful.
So thankful.
Thankful for the love you gave.
I'm thankful.
So thankful.
So thankful.
So thankful.
So thankful.
Thankful for another you gave.
Yeah.
I'm thankful.
So thankful.
So thankful.
Thankful.
Thankful for another day.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you for your love.
Thank you for your love.
Thank you from above. Thank you from above. Oh, I'm thankful. I'm thankful. So thankful. So thankful. So thankful. Thankful for the life.